Good Monday morning, meaties. First day of July. We're here. We're in July. It's the month of American independence. It's the month of Chelsea's birthday. It's the month of an entire month of summer. I was thinking about that the other day walking the dog. I feel like for kids in school, July is the one month where it's untarnished. Because your school probably goes into June. You're probably not out of school until a few days into June, right? And then you probably come back at some point in late August. So July is just free entirely. You can point at that month and be like, that month, no fucking school. And that's a fun feeling. So I hope you're enjoying that. If you're of schooling age, which is long in my rear view mirror, but oh my god, I forgot that the set is there's so much missing because it was all at VidCon. We'll talk more about that when we get to the Dead Meat updates, but first, shout out to Eduardo13 for being first in the chat. Good job making it there, right on time. And mug of the day, we've seen this one before. Daddy Want the Big Breakfast by Tom Carda. Hilarious creator on YouTube and all the social medias and such. Yes, there was certainly a birthday at VidCon. Raphael. It was a good one. Alright, we'll get to the VidCon stuff soon. But let's begin with horror news. Light day. Light week for horror news. What do we got here? A24 picked up a horror spec script called Mice from first-time writers Todd Spence and Zach White. Good, I don't know who those guys are, but I mean, nobody does. Nobody really knows who they are because it's their first sale to a major studio. So huge congrats to them, especially since it will be David Bruckner directing it. David Bruckner, he's behind the VHS films, and he also did Night House and The Ritual and the new Hellraiser reboot. So pretty cool. Pretty cool for those guys, especially to be with A24. Not bad. Not bad, sell your first script to A24. That movie that we've talked about a little bit before, the horror rom-com Hard Eyes, which is currently shooting in New Zealand with Olivia Holt from Totally Killer. Oh, they're not going to list Totally Killer? Criminal. She's so good in it. And Mason Gooding, my good buddy. We're having a party next month, or this month now. And I invited Mason, and he was like, I'm in New Zealand. It's like, fuck. It's because of this. It's because of this shit. But Mason Gooding is currently over there shooting. And now we have news that Devon Sawa and Jordana Brewster are joining. Jordana Brewster, most people probably know from the Furious movies. She's in those, right? She's also in The Faculty when she was young. I actually know her best. She was also in Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, which was kill counted. But I actually know her best from when I worked at Fox. There was that Lethal Weapon show, and she was in there. And very pretty lady. But she's joined the show, or joined this film. And so is Devon Sawa, who is, of course, my boy Devon Sawa. He's great. All right. Devon Sawa tweeting about the Chucky series. He's vague tweeting lately. What do you say? Something like, my producers told me to move on, so that's what I'm going to do. But, like, I remember last season for Chucky, he tweeted that he wasn't going to be in the show. And then, of course, he was in the show, playing two roles again. So I don't trust Devon. I don't trust Devon's little trolling tweets. Because the rumor is that Chucky's been picked up for a final fourth season, which we're all waiting for the announcement. You'll definitely hear about it here. It's just a rumor, so I don't want to confirm anything, but I don't trust Devon's tweets. Those are words to live by. Don't trust Devon's tweets. Interview with the Vampire on AMC was renewed for a third season. I didn't know there were two already, but you know what? If you like that, that's probably great news. So good for you if you're a fan. I'm happy for you. Devon followed me on Twitter after we bonded on hating someone. Yeah, that sounds like Devon. If you want, like, dad memes and just, like, fun shit posting on Twitter, Devon's a great Twitter follow. He is. Ben says people who watch it call it one of the best shows on TV for Interview with the Vampire. So there you go. Meanwhile, the Unknown Podcast says Interview with the Vampire isn't as good as the original. So, two conflicting views. Which one will you align with? That's up to you. That's right, brand manager and producer Ben. Thanks as always for making these live streams happen. This is cool. John Carpenter and Robert Englund are getting stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That is cool. I mean, the Walk of Fame is kind of bullshit. You have to pay for it. I'm actually fucking shocked that John Carpenter is doing this because you have to pay for it. Like, they reach out to you and they're like, hey, you can have a star on the Walk of Fame. Money, please. And the fact that John Carpenter said, all right, here you go. That blows my mind. But you know what? He's probably at this point just like, what else am I going to do with it? People keep playing the fucking Halloween song every year. It keeps putting money in the bank, so whatever. Robert Englund tweeted about it and said he's at... I hate this fucking browser so much. We need to install a new browser on this. And the default search is Bing, and then when you click an article, like a news article, it takes you to like this MSN framed thing of the news art. It's fucking awful. I hate this. It's such bullshit. Anyway, Robert Englund tweeted this about it, and then John Carpenter said, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. There must be some mistake. Yeah, exactly, Liam Daly. John Carpenter's probably just like, fuck it, why not? Love it. Love it so much. Wonder if I can get there for those ceremonies. That'd be cool. No dates are set. Stay tuned. I will stay tuned. I wonder if they're going to be together. Have they ever worked together? How much are the stars? I don't know. We can find out. Or we can see if we can find out. Bing will fucking tell us. How much does a star on the Walk of Fame cost? Well, I knew what I was going to ask. $75,000. Wow, you have to apply too? I'm sure their reps did that. $75,000 fucking dollars. Holy fuck. That's so much money. Yo, listen, I'll fucking pay that $250 application fee. That's one thing. I'll go ahead and throw my name in the hat for that. Be like, hey, long shot, put me, because the Walk of Fame isn't just Hollywood. It goes for blocks and blocks down side streets and shit. So if you want to put me on, like, I don't know the streets around there that well by name. Just put me on one of the side streets, throw a little dead meat on there. I'll pay that $250 for that. But you hit me up with the $75K, nope, can't do that. Jesus Christ. I don't care if that's a business write-off or not. That's oh my God, $75,000. Damn, John. All right. And yes, it will probably be peed on. I used to live in Hollywood, and I would take morning jogs, and I would go down the Walk of Fame, and it smells like pee. That street smells like pee, man. Sure does. Resident Evil games are on PC on GOG. Now, I didn't know what GOG was. It seems like a cool thing. It seems like a Steam-type digital platform for games, but they're DRM-free versions of them. Meaning you can, like, download them and actually have them and make copies and stuff. So that's cool. And looks like at least the first Resident Evil is just $10, so if you're interested in playing the OG Resident Evil games, not the remakes, you can check them out on GOG. What's that look like? Yes, we are mature. Here's GOG, I guess. That's cool. Zorn's been playing Resident Evil, the original. He's been playing it. Six Flags. Fright Fest. Does Fright Fest usually have IP? Obviously, Universal Horror Nights does. Knott's Scary Farm does not. They have their own original stuff. But does Six Flags Fright Fest? I've never been. Do they usually have IP like this? Because this lineup sounds like a Horror Nights lineup. This is huge. They got Saw, they got The Conjuring, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Stranger Things. Like, a lot of these have been mazes at Universal before. Trick or Treat. That's awesome. Army of the Dead. And a comic book, Deceased. Six Flags had Conjuring and Saw last year, but that's it. Huh, okay, I wonder if they're maybe trying to muscle into the Horror Nights space, make more of a name for themselves. Because I know that Fright Fest is a thing, but I didn't think that it had this many huge horror IPs as part of it, so it's pretty big. Yeah, I think the only Halloween Horror Nights house announcement that I have heard of is A Quiet Place. I don't know if they've announced any more, but so this is cool. This opens September 6th at Great Adventure in New Jersey and Magic Mountain in LA. We've never been to Fright Fest, so maybe we'll try to go this year. Maybe we can even bring back an event video. The only reason I stopped doing those Horror Nights videos, well, not the only reason, but one of the main reasons I stopped was because it just felt like I was doing the same video every week, or every year, of like, here's this maze, and then just like, cut, of like scares, such cool music, and then, that was a good maze, I like this part. And, you know, we did that a number of years, and then it felt like it was the same thing over and over, but I wonder if we could get an interview with people who made the maze, or, I mean, Trick or Treat, we know Mike, maybe we could even talk to him about what went into making this maze, because this says that the filmmakers all, worked with the park and finalized the designs and approved everything. I mean, I guess it was the studios and distributors, but they would get feedback like the character wouldn't do this and stuff like that, so. Watching James laugh at getting scared never got old. Mike's Movie Madness. Yeah, because that's what I do is, like, when I get jump scared, I just laugh and clap. I'm like a little baby. I'm like, Arrow, one of the great titans of physical media. A lot of those nowadays, thankfully for them. They are making the Friday the 13th remake on 4K. Friday the 13th remake from 2009. That's one of the better films of the series, IMO. You can get it on 4K in September. Both the theatrical cut and the extended killer cut, which has way more boobs in it. That sex scene is so extended in the killer cut. God, that sex scene is wild. It's a wild sex scene. Even among Friday the 13th movies, even among horror movies, you know, the nipple placement sex scene, it's intense. And that's aside from the actual intense sex scene from earlier in the film with Ginsburg. That's in there too. That movie's fucking horny, man. Maxine, which comes out this week. You can get some Maxine merch from A24, including her green jacket. Did I buy this for Chelsea this morning before doing this live stream? Maybe. I think she'd look cool in it. I think she could really rock it. And if you want to rock that, you can do that too at the A24 shop. There's also a makeup set that they gave us at the premiere. They gave Chelsea one and they gave me one. And obviously, since I can't use it, I gave it to Editor Bree at VidCon. So hopefully she likes that. You can also get, the jacket, a I will not accept a life I do not deserve shirt, and a little keychain. This should have been a couple of weeks ago, but I just wanted to shout it out, because it is horror. It is horror. Uncle Howdy. This probably sounds so fucking dumb to non-horror fans. The Wyatt Six faction premiered a couple of weeks ago on Raw. And I don't know why it's the SmackDown logo here. They're on Raw. But it was a really cool debut. At the end of, related to Captain Howdy, Shannon Lee, that is where the name comes from. So Uncle Howdy is a character from, just briefly, if you had heard of Bray Wyatt, who tragically tragic. Like, it still hits me so hard. He passed away last year. He was in our in memoriam at the awards ceremony. But Bray Wyatt was one of like the most creative wrestlers. He was very horror oriented. His character, The Fiend, was the best part of wrestling in 2019. He was just an incredible creative element that fucking Vince McMahon never really understood, so always stifled him, which makes it even more painful that he passed because he could have been flourishing under the new leadership here. I mean, oh man, it really sucks that we lost him. But before he went, his last storyline that he was doing was him and then this other character, Uncle Howdy, played by his real-life brother, Bo. And so after many months of just, teasing it and everything, they brought that character back, played by his brother, along with a faction of other horror-oriented wrestlers. I wish they had pictures here to show you, like, how... Because the masks are made by Jason Baker, who is Tom Savini's guy who did the black phone mask and many others. So they did these masks. So these are the characters in this faction. This is Uncle Howdy, who is Bray Wyatt's brother. And these are other wrestlers, some of whom I know, one of whom I don't. But yeah, their premiere was like, they murdered a whole bunch of people backstage. It was really fucking cool. And I don't know, it's horror. Wrestling and horror have always kind of gone hand in hand. And then yeah, last week's Raw had an interview with his brother in character, but talking about the death of Bray Wyatt. And it was really, this is his brother. And that's Bo. I don't know, man. Choked me up. It was really sweet to see, and I'm wishing the best for them because they are carrying on Bray's legacy for sure. And Bray would have been so happy to see this massacre that was part of their debut. They murdered Chad Gable. Not really, he came back, but there were just a whole bunch of dead bodies everywhere backstage. It was really fucking cool. So just wanted to shout that out. I should have done it a few weeks ago when it actually happened. And then last thing that we have for horror news is there's a Beetlejuice experience happening in LA. So I signed up for the wait list to see what this is going to be like. Tickets go on sale Wednesday, July 3rd, and I think it'll actually happen in August. Yes, August 2024. A 70-minute experience. So you're getting your money's worth. That's on Hollywood Boulevard. So go there, get a whiff of pee, and hop into this experience. Join the waitlist if you are interested. And this is for Beetlejuice, which I am very excited for. Also, yeah, you're right, Andrew Madden. R.I.P. Doug Sackman. That should be on here too. He was a member of the Trauma team and did a lot of like trauma films. And I know that my dear friend Catherine Corcoran knew him and was close to him and is... has been dealing with this, which is really unfortunate. I don't know. I know he was young. I don't know how he passed away. I just know that, I went to his Twitter after the news of his passing happened, and, he had just tweeted a few days ago, so it obviously wasn't something that was, a long time coming. I don't know what happened, but, yep, just another member of the horror community who we lost, who was only, 44? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. As far as other horror news goes... Oh, wait, we got some trailers. But Maxine comes out this Friday. Maxine, we got to see the premiere. If you want to see pictures of it... Did we post those pictures on our Instagram? Dead Meat James? Really cool. I liked it. I think Ty stuck the landing. I think you got a solid trilogy on your hands. It's different from X and Pearl. It's more... grimy streets of LA in the 80s, neon lights, it's cool. I like it a lot. Kevin Bacon is doing a whole bunch in that movie. He is channeling Walton Goggins, it feels like to me, but I love his little plot. Why aren't I verified on Instagram? I had a meeting this weekend with someone who said that they should be able to fix that, because yeah, for sure. Gotta get that fixed. No good. But I highly recommend Maxine. It comes out, apparently Wednesday, says Joe Cook Production. Maybe some early screenings. But it comes out, Thursday, Friday, this week. It'll be out. So go see Maxine. A Quiet Place Part 1 came out and is already the highest grossing horror film of the year. I think it had a close to $100 million opening weekend. Those movies, man, they just hit that general audience real hard, and they like it. I haven't seen it yet. I'd love to. I think it looks really interesting, and it was made by the guy who did Pig, which was a great movie. And yeah, I'm happy for a breakout success for the horror genre. I'm hoping it can continue with Maxine. I'm hoping Longlegs does really well, and then I'm sure that Smile 2 will be a banger, and maybe and Terrifier 3 I'm sure will do good for an unrated indie film. So yeah, hopefully we get back up there in the box office, recouping, just because earlier this year it was a slow start to the year. Let's do some trailers. First up is Heretic from writer-directors Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Oh, didn't they do A Quiet Place? Scott Beck and Brian Woods? I feel like they wrote A Quiet Place before John Krasinski. Yeah. They created the story and co-wrote A Quiet Place. And then wrote and directed Nightlight, which I haven't seen. Haunt. Oh, okay. We covered that in the kill count. A lot of people like that. That if you just wanted like a fucking straight slasher, just a brutal slasher, Haunt's your boy. Cool. And then what'd they do with Boogeyman? Oh, they wrote and executive produced it. Okay. So now their new movie, Heretic. So that's the pedigree we got going into this. Oops, that's not them. That's Lo-Fi Girl. At least she's there. We found her. Heretic from A24.
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am. Are you interested in learning about our Savior, Jesus Christ? Hi.
That's a good shot. I like that composition.
Sister Barnes, and oh my gosh. Are you interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Come on in.
We can't come inside unless another woman is present.
My wife is home. Does that count?
Great.
You like pie?
I don't think his wife's home. I think that's a lie.
You are a very spiritually curious person.
I think it is good to be religious, to find your faith in a doctrine you actually believe.
Well, our work here is done.
No, I will go and check on the pie.
So sleep, silent angel.
There's not a real pie. It was a candle. Are they locked in there?
Can you fit through this? You're crazy.
Whoa. Escape room panel.
We just need to go home.
I won't keep you if you wish to leave. But I want you to choose which door to go through based on your faith.
What?
What does this have to do with us leaving?
Everything.
I think that we're being studied.
It will make your hearts beat faster. It may even make you want to die.
What is going on here, dude?
Do not be afraid. You will witness a miracle.
What? What? That's a fun shot. I like that. All right. That's... that looks cool. I like that. I mean, Hugh Grant, that's cool that we're getting him in a horror movie. As a villain, no less. Trapping Bible bike girls. And putting them in a little trap? I don't know. The fact that he says it'll test your faith, I'm like, okay, is it going to come down to them, like, having to, like, kind of maybe kill each other or hurt each other? I don't know. That seems like a little obvious. Seems like if the menu had cannibalism, you know, which nobody wanted and which it didn't have, thankfully. But this, of course, reminds me of the It doors. Not so scary and scary. What is this? There he is, standing up there, and there they are. I mean, it looks to me like those doors go to the same place. So it doesn't matter? I don't know. I think this looks a lot of fun. I'm not... who are they? Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East? Sophie Thatcher, that sounds familiar. Do I know her from anything? Oh, man. Oh, Yellow Jackets. Oh, and Book of Boba Fett. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you know. Oh, and then she was in The Boogeyman. Okay. Which was, as we saw, written and executive produced by the same guys. Oh, wait, Maxine? Huh? I must have just seen her in Maxine. Who's she in Maxine? Does anyone know? Did anyone see Maxine? No spoilers. But was she, who was she in Maxine? And then Chloe East was in The Fablemans. It's FX artist. She was one of the funky biker bunch. Oh, and Boba Fett. Okay. She's the makeup artist in Maxine. The costume designer. She's the special effects girl. What, is she also the production designer? Is she the EP? Is she the line producer? So she's one of the crew members in Maxine. Okay, I can't remember specifically where that is. Makeup artist. Puts makeup on Maxine. Oh, okay. All right. And then, yeah, I don't know Chloe East, but I think that looks like a fun movie. Heretic. When's that come out? November 15th. Ooh, I always feel bad when a horror movie gets put out in November. That killed Dr. Sleep. And I feel like it didn't hurt Five Nights. Or was Five Nights, was that November? Or was that just late October? Anyway. Oh, she's the one who puts the plaster on Maxine. That's right. Okay, I do remember her. October 25th was FNAF. Okay, but it was late. I mean, they should have done that, like, first week of October. Anyway, I hate it when a horror movie comes out in November. It really sweeps the legs out from underneath it, because, like, man, November is probably the last month that people are interested in watching horror, because they probably just binged a bunch in October. Then Halloween happens, and they're like, okay, got the spooky out of me, and at least for the next 2 months, I'm just going to be doing more holiday stuff like Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so normal people, not fucking sick weirdos like us, probably don't want to watch a horror movie in November, but then again, Thanksgiving did pretty well, so whatever. All right, The Inheritance. Starring Bob Gunton. Oh, Peyton List from Cobra Kai. Let's see.
You're probably wondering why I called you all home.
It's an Abernathy reunion!
Here's Madeline.
CJ. And here's Drewski and Hannah Banana.
Hi, Cameron.
It's been years since we were all under this roof.
I feel like this character should be played by
Where's everyone?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Sent the staff and security home for the night.
Why?
I think it's best he tell you himself.
Dad, we need you to level with us. What's going on?
I asked you all here because by midnight, I'm going to die.
What? Dad, you look fine. What did the doctor say?
I didn't say I was sick.
I like premises with rich families and inheritance.
Is insane.
You really think your dad's just making all this up?
I assure all of you, this is not a game.
Love a bunch of shitty kids.
In the name of business. And now, there's a price on my head.
Hello?
You're saying that someone is going to come here and kill you?
It's not someone. It's
Some thing.
what's happened.
There's something in this house and it killed your sister. Do you really want to be next?
Spoiler!
Cautions to make sure you take this
Is it
seriously.
Peyton who died?
I think you can squeeze through.
If I survive the night, you're $2 billion richer.
I'm stuck. Get me out.
Ooh, that's a good way to get cut in half in a horror movie, lady.
Oh my god.
die tonight, you'll get nothing.
We're in this together, all of us. Come and get me. There must be some way out of this house. What is that thing?
It's what's come for me, my dear.
Oh, she's back. Don't worry. Okay. I don't like that the trailer spoiled that. That sucks, but I'm assuming that's an early death then for that to happen. Someone said it feels like Ready or Not and Knives Out, which sure, yeah. The old dad is from Dead Silence and Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Yeah, Bob Gunton. He's also from Shawshank Redemption.
All of you.
I forget which part, but yeah, I mean, like I said, any story that has a rich family with a bunch of heirs and just like backstabbing and family tree stuff, I'm always interested. Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, Succession, just Knives Out, anything like that. I'm interested in those premises. So, got a big house too, big old mansion to run around in. That's fun. Love that production design. And then not really sure what the story is going on, whether, you know, what is going to kill him or anything, but that's, you know, let's leave something to not know, since they already kind of spoiled the first death. And when's this come out? Oh, July. Holy shit, this comes out in less than 2 weeks, July 12th. Does it say how it comes out? Nope. I don't know. Yeah, oh, literally someone in the YouTube comments also said Ready or Not meets Knives Out. There you go. All right, and then last trailer we have for today is The Blue Rose. And this features, I believe, Danielle Bisutti, who's in Curse of Chucky, and who we've met at conventions. Voice actor, very nice lady.
I got a call from the station. They want us to investigate some sort of homicide.
Are they a kid crime-solving unit?
Find the killer.
Look at that car, man. Fucking...
Something just feels off.
Ah, yes. There she is.
My sister's husband.
Has your sister ever lashed out or done anything she regretted?
I suppose we've all done things we regret.
Love the colors between the walls and the outfits. I saw a blue rose.
You're finally here.
Well, that looks cool, and you know what? That didn't fucking spoil things.
Winds up here eventually.
Fun. I think that looks cool. Takes place in the 50s. Yep, very, very, like, stylized 50s. Very much the, you know, American Graffiti style 50s of your imagination rather than, like, a realistic, gritty 50s. But that's fun. All these colors, fantastic. Love them. Love to see so much color. Look at those yellow walls, that green dress. These masks, what is this, some Lynchian shit going on here? I love it. That looks cool. The one-night journey of two rookie detectives as they set out. Are they not children? Am I just getting old? I thought this was like a Nancy Drew thing. I was like, oh, kid detectives, cool. Are they just grown-ass adults? Two rookie detectives as they set out to solve a seemingly clear-cut homicide, only to find themselves in an alternate reality of their worst nightmare. Like her styling with the bow, you know, it makes you look a little young, but... Also, I'm just old. Oh, thank you for loving my shirt. This is from the Seattle Zoo. A couple of otters holding hands. I think it's real cute. I like them. Okay. That's it for the trailers. How do you do, fellow detectives? I have not been watching House of the Dragon, or Hot D, as we call it in this house. We'll have to catch up on it, because I know there are already 3 episodes in. Okay. I already mentioned that Maxine is coming out, so make sure you check that out this week. And then VidCon. We were at VidCon all last week. Apologies to patrons who didn't get the commentary track or the Patreon podcast for the month of June. VidCon ended up eating up more of our time than we expected. I thought I would have a little bit more time. But, like, you go to VidCon, you're there, you get exhausted, come back, you can only just sleep. So, VidCon went great. The booth was fantastic. Check out our Instagram and I think a little video on TikTok showing off the booth. It was amazing. Anyone there? Did anyone see us at VidCon or come by the booth? Again, you could get merch there. You could get a picture on the kill count set. And the most appealing thing that was there was the personality quiz with the cards that Chelsea made, where you could answer a couple of questions and get one of 8 different collectible cards featuring classic horror characters. Or archetypes, more so than characters. I was the mad scientist. Chelsea was the swamp creature. I was very much the mad scientist. And then Matt Pat, I ran into him Friday night, and I had him come over to the booth, and I showed him the booth. And then he took the quiz, and immediately he was also mad scientist. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. We are both very much that personality type. But it was really cool. And then for a lucky 200-ish of our fans, they were able to get tickets to our screening Friday night of Longlegs. We hosted, we've been advertising a secret screening with a surprise guest for a couple of weeks. And as many people guessed, it was Longlegs. It was at the Anaheim AMC. We had about 200 tickets that we gave for a free screening to Longlegs. Again, Chelsea and I love that movie. It's probably our favorite horror movie of the year so far. And what was very cool about this was partnered with Neon, the distributor of Longlegs. And so because of that, we were able to have Micah Monroe join us for a quick little conversation before the screenings. She popped in and had like a little 15-minute combo with us. It was really cool. Before that, she came early. She came like 45 minutes early just to like meet Chelsea and I and get to know us. And it was really awesome of her to do that. We just got to hang out with her and her, I don't know if it was her assistant or what have you, but her friend and her boyfriend were there, and they were just all really cool people. Loved her. Very easy to talk to. Very down to earth. And yeah, it was awesome. I just recently found out that Longlegs director Oz Perkins had a small acting role in Legally Blonde, said fashionable changeling. Yes. Oz Perkins, who is the son of Anthony Perkins, and who directed Longlegs, started off as an actor and is in Legally Blonde. That's how Chelsea and our housemate, Erica, always thinks of him, as the kind of nerdy guy in Legally Blonde. He was also in Nope. He played the director on set in Nope in that early scene where they're doing the presentation for animal handling. But he is also a filmmaker. He made The Blackcoat's Daughter a few years ago. That was a very weird horror movie starring Kiernan Shipka. And now he has Longlegs, and it is fucking great. Loved it. Loved watching it a second time. Took notes. We will have a podcast episode on it after it comes out. So you'll get that podcast episode after the movie comes out, which is July 12th, I believe. And so a week from Friday. And yeah, see Longlegs. It doesn't have to do with spiders. I'll say that. There's nothing to do with spiders. So even though it's called Longlegs, nothing to do with spiders. Don't worry. And yeah, loved it. Loved seeing it again. Probably see it a third time. It's great. This Friday, we have the Immaculate Kill Count, starring Sydney Sweeney. Probably the newest film to be featured on the Kill Count. Immaculate just came out earlier this year, our first 2024 film, just because it hit Blu-ray so quickly. And we'll have that for you on Friday. That's a fun one. It's a nun movie that has it's a little weird. It's a little weird in a good way. It's great. Next Friday, on July 12th, is When Evil Lurks, the Kill Count. It won Best Original Horror Film at the Horror Awards this year. And it is a very gory, graphic film. And the kill count will probably have to be age-restricted no matter what. Oh, Lisa Frankenstein was 2024. You're right. I'm sorry. I can't even keep track of this shit anymore. So Immaculate is our second 2024 film. I apologize, Lisa Frankenstein, which, by the way, at the Maxine premiere, I saw Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse hanging out, and since I had interviewed them, I went over. I was like, hey, remember I did the cemetery thing? They were super nice. Sitting in between them was none other than Zelda Williams. And I talked to her. She was awesome. Chelsea and I talked to the three of them. They were great. Zelda talked about like dead internet theory with us, and we were just talking about stuff like that. And then, you know, I mentioned, oh yeah, our channel is Dead Meat. And Zelda was like, oh, like the kill count. She was familiar with it from people sending her the Lisa Frankenstein kill count. And then as we left, you know, we were saying bye, Zelda was like, hey, thank you for covering Lisa Frankenstein on your channel. And I was like, thank you for making it. So it was really cool. Didn't expect that to happen. Again, just a really cool person to talk to. Very up to date on like internet culture, which Chelsea and I know all about. So we were able to converse about that. And I don't know, it was really cool. I liked being able to just meet and talk to them. And so, sorry, Immaculate, our second 2024 film on the kill count. Then When Evil Lurks on Friday the 12th. And then I haven't announced this one yet, so here you go. I do have the coolest job, Neutral Man. It's very cool. Am I going to go to the theaters to watch Maxine? I've seen it already, so what I sometimes do in cases like this, and I'll do it here, is I just buy a ticket to help it at the box office, even if I don't go. But since I got to see it for free, I'll just buy a ticket to, you know, throw my dollars into the pile. And yeah, I might go see it again. I might just wait for streaming to see it a second time. But I do want to see it a second time. It's really cool. And just X and Pearl, I also wanted to see a second time. But yeah. I mean, second time always helps the movie make more sense. Anyway, the next kill count that I'll announce is Friday the 19th of July. Really excited about this one. Influencer. Influencer was one of my favorite movies from 2023. It's such a cool fucking thriller. It's very Gone Girl-esque. It's less of a horror movie, more of a thriller. It's not, you know, it's not very gory, but it is very suspenseful. It's very tense. The music is so fucking cool. The cinematography is beautiful. The acting is great. It's a cool 90 minutes. The pacing is just like bam, bam, bam. Keeps hitting you with swerves and shit. Watch Influencer if you haven't seen it. It's on Shudder. I really recommend it. It's just a cool, fun movie. It's just cool. It's just fucking cool, man. I don't know. There's no better word to describe it than just like, it's fucking cool. Like Upgrade made me feel the same way. Watching Upgrade, I was like, this movie's just fucking cool. And so, Influencer feels the same way. I highly recommend you check it out. And we'll have that kill count for you out on Friday, July 19th. I think that's all I got. Now that VidCon's over, we can kind of chillax a little bit. I found out that we might not be doing Flashback Weekend in Chicago. I thought we were, but our conventions manager said that we're not signed up for that one. So apologies if you're looking forward to that. We were, but I don't know. Oh, and nothing on the website. Nothing new, except we did hire a friend of mine to like do all the data entry, and he's been plugging away. So it has advanced as far as things that we need done. I just gotta check in on like the few more changes, like the more movies on the page and everything. Are we gonna make the quiz available? I do want to put the quiz on the website so that people can click through. It's just like 3 questions, and then I would love for them to like get the image of the card. Ben, who's in charge of the website, as well as many other things, so many other things on his plate, says we're close on the website. So you got that. And merch, I don't know how close we are on merch, but we're trying. We're really trying. Sorry, a lot of balls to juggle. But now that VidCon's in the rear view, we can focus on these other things. VidCon was a big lift. Huge props to our producer, MK, who was also the one who made the last 2 horror awards pop so much, make them look so professional. MK was at the VidCon booth pretty much the whole weekend, so if you went there, you might have met her, you might have seen her. She is the best. Chelsea and I are always like, oh, it'd be cool if we did this. And then MK's like, bet, makes it happen. We're like, oh, it'd be cool to have a booth at VidCon with these things. Fucking MK and her husband Nico built some of the shit that was at the booth, like some of the walls and the tables, and then just organized it all. She's incredible. She's the one who makes this shit happen. So it's really nice having that resource and that expertise, because like Chelsea and I are good at ideas, at conceptualizing things, at saying, oh, it'd be cool if this happened. And then MK's like, okay, I will take all the necessary steps and do the legwork to make sure that actually happens. And I'm like, thanks. I'll be right here. Coming up with the next thing. So huge shout out to MK. We have such an awesome team. So many of them worked at the booth. So if you were there at VidCon, you might have met them. Ben was there. Executive assistant Fiona was there, who also does just a ton of legwork, making things happen for this company. We had our editors, Bree and Sarah there. We had our researcher, Bella, there. We had writer Tim there. We had social media coordinator Michael there. Everyone, it was all hands on deck. It was really cool. And I'm just so proud of everyone. I love them all. I'm so happy with this team. So that's all I got for you. I'm actually going to go film Scream Dreams today. I had to push my workout till tomorrow, but that's what I'm doing today. So constantly doing shit. That's what it is. And then one day I'll sleep when I'm dead. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.